You already know the rewards and risks that come with working in this environment. But did you know a lot of the risk is associated with these trees? This training video is your guide to identifying and marking hazardous trees quickly and safely.
During the course of your work, you may be involved in the following high-risk activities. In the firefighting area, backburning, helicopter water bombing, fire trail works, fireground mop-up, and in the area of excavation and construction, storm cleanup, search and rescue, and operational winches. Identifying a hazardous tree is quite straightforward once you know the signs to look out for. The way a tree is leaning, asymmetrical shaped trees, trees growing in a snowy environment, trees suffering from disease or pest damage. And you should always approach trees exposed to fire and storms with great caution.
When beginning your hazardous tree assessment or any high-risk occupational activity, you should always remember the situational awareness procedure, LACEs. Lookout, awareness, communication, escape routes, safety refuges. Once you've received a copy of your brief and a copy of your job safety analysis, only approach potentially hazardous trees when it's safe to do so.
Report a hazardous tree to supervisors and crew. Always work in pairs as a minimum. Wear PPE and ensure chin strap is secured or fastened. Assign a person or persons as a lookout. Relocate the fire control line if it crosses the fall zone of identified hazardous trees. Mark hazardous trees consistent with procedures. Ensure parking and rest areas, refuge areas and escape routes are assessed for tree hazards. Do not work within hazardous tree fall zones. Park vehicles at least 2 tree lengths away from high-risk trees. During firefighting operations, turn pumps off when not required. Identify 2 escape routes and ensure path is clear.
Trees growing up slope can have an extended fall zone, so they're more likely to move down slope when they fall. And always exercise great caution when you're working in an area with a sparse tree population, because when a tree falls here, you may not hear it. So what exactly is the fall zone, and how can you and your team work safely within it?
The fall zone is a circle around a tree that has a radius of at least 2 times the tree height. On sloped ground, the fall zone downhill of the tree may need to be extended to a distance that is necessary for extra safety. The fall zone needs to be clearly marked so anyone approaching the area will be able to recognise the hazards immediately. You can do this by spray painting large yellow or orange circles on the trees, or by wrapping red and white striped barricade tape around all the adjacent trees and bushes. If the fall zone is across a trail, trees should be marked on either side of the trail to create an early alert to trail users.
And marking hazardous trees is actually a quick and easy exercise.
Spray paint a large yellow or orange cross on opposite sides of the tree for high visual impact. You can also use black and orange hazard tape.
Once your tree assessment is complete, you should record your inspections in field notebooks, logbooks, or as diary notes and communicate your findings to your supervisor.
Where possible, the findings of hazardous tree assessments should be included in incident action plans, prescribed burn plans, reserve fire management strategies, job safety briefings and job safety analysis documents. Further information on internal recording processes may be obtained through your Occupational and Safety Management section. No matter how prepared and knowledgeable you are, you and your team cannot predict the future, so there will never be an optimum time for tree risk assessment. But you can take precautions and be as safe as possible in an ever-changing environment and conditions.
It's life-saving work that applies during emergencies and after the dust has settled. Stop, look, listen, react, and the next life you save could be your own.